Alright, this is part 2 of the science ethics essay intro paragraph. So if you're watching this video, you should have already written your hook down. That means that your reader has now decided they're going to keep reading. So the next thing that you're going to do is give them some information about designer babies and genes. So now that the person has decided to read on, they need information to get them through the rest of the article and help them to understand everything that you're going to be discussing. So you're going to want to give them some information about genes. What are genes? How do they impact us? Okay, where do they come from and what do they do for us? And then the final thing you're going to want to tell them about is, like, how does changing genes, how could that create perfect babies? What are scientists doing to make that happen? Give a little bit of information about that. Keep it simple. You don't have to give a lot of information, but give enough that your reader understands what's going to be discussed in your next 3 or 4 paragraphs. Okay? So at this point, you can pause the video. You can back it up if you need to hear those 4 things that I said to include for the information for explanation. So I'm going to go on and talk about writing a thesis now, but if you want to, pause the video here and go ahead and get all of that information down, and then you can continue on to the thesis. Okay, so this will now be starting part 3 of writing an introduction paragraph for your science thesis essay. Okay, so the third and final part to writing that introduction is your thesis statement, and it's the most important part. Okay, this is the sentence that your reader reads and says, okay, so first they're going to talk about this in their essay, next they're going to talk about this, and finally they're going to discuss this. So it's setting up the next 2 or 3 things that you're going to talk about in your essay, okay? So you have to decide what those things are. So now it's important for you to, number 1, decide, are you for or against the ethics of creating designer babies? What do you think about that? And then give 2 or 3, 3 is best, but if you can only give 2, that's okay, reasons that you support or are against that, okay? And you can just say, like, designer babies should not happen. This should not be allowed because, and then give your 2 reasons, okay? Give them in the order that you're going to talk about them. So that should kind of wrap up thesis statement for you. It's a really important part of the essay, so make sure you spend some time really developing it. Like I said, you're going to include your view, like what you're going to talk about. Yes, we should have designer babies. No, we should not. And because these 2 or 3 reasons. 3 is your goal, right? But if you can only get 2, things happen. Okay? This concludes how to write an introduction paragraph for your science ethics essay. So the video is going to stop. Back it up if you need to get all of those different pieces to have a great introduction paragraph. All right, see you later, friends.